black people who don't like mixed race Africans. And for the record, I have no problem with a mixed race African. As long as they psychologically black, they full-time African, they unapologetic, I have no problem with none of my mixed race brothers and sisters. I want to be clear. I'm talking to the non-mixed race Africans. Can I ask y'all a question? How can you have such a big problem with mixed race Africans, but you have no problem with interracial marriage? Help me understand. People can love who they want to love, you say. People can date who they want to date, you say. People can marry who they want to marry, you say. So if you don't have a problem with a black man marrying a white woman, if you don't have a problem with a white man marrying a black woman, why do you have a problem with the child they created? Why do you alienate the child they created? Why do you marginalize the child they created? And you know what's funny? You know what's funny? You silly, goofy, anti-mixed race Africans. Let me say this. There's sooner or later, because of the snow bunny crisis, sooner or later, because of the snow bunny crisis, sooner or later, and I believe it's going to be sooner, there will be more mixed race Africans in America than regular Africans. I'm going to say it again. There will be more mixed race American Africans than traditional American Africans if the bunny hopping continues and is getting crazy. So we are going to become a super minority. I'm going to say it again. I hope y'all listening to me. I hope y'all listening to me. The traditional American African, that means me, a black man with two obviously African parents, right? That's the traditional American African, a black man in America, a black woman in America with two obviously African parents. That is a traditional American African. We will be the minority. We will soon be outnumbered by the mixed race Africans because y'all believe in colorblind love. Because you believe in colorblind love, the mixed race American African will soon outnumber the traditional American African. And once the mixed race American African outnumbers the traditional American African, the U.S. government will no longer consider the traditional American African. They will only consider the mixed race American African. In other words, we will have a colored population in America just like they have in South Africa. Where my South Africans at? Where my South Africans at? In South Africa, we got a whole community of mixed race Africans who don't consider themselves black, although biologically they are. A whole community of anti-black mixed race Africans in South Africa who don't consider themselves black, even though biologically they are. We are creating the same thing in Black America right now. We are literally engineering ourselves out of existence in America by practicing two concepts. I hope you bunny hoppers are listening. I hope you bunny hoppers are listening. I hope you bunny hoppers, male and female, are listening. The mixed race American African population is growing exponentially. Exponentially. Look at all the NBA draft. All of them are mixed race children. A third of the NFL mixed race children. Look at these public schools. So the mixed race American African population is growing exponentially because we believe in colorblind love, right? Colorblind love, colorblind family. So we are engineering ourselves into extinction. The traditional American African will be extinct soon because the mixed race American African is reproducing exponentially, which means our numbers are getting smaller. Think about it. Black men are marrying non-black women. Black women are marrying non-black men. So the predominant African American will soon be a mixed race African American, which means the traditional American African, who has an obviously African mother and an obviously African father, like myself, a traditional American African, we will be a super minority. Our number will be so small that nobody will even mention we exist anymore. Our number will be so small that nobody will even mention that we exist anymore. You got 50 million American Africans. 50 million. 5 million are our African immigrant brothers and sisters. Peace and love to them. 5 million are our African immigrant brothers and sisters. Caribbean African immigrant, Central South American African immigrant. Those are the African immigrant. Only about 5 million. You left with 45 million American Africans. It is now 2024. By 2044, I'm going to give you 20 years. It might not take that long. It might not take that long. By 2044, I promise you, by 2044, there will be more people claiming mixed race on the U.S. Census. There will be more people claiming biracial on the U.S. Census. There will be more people claiming multiracial on the U.S. Census than claiming African American. I promise you this. I promise you this. In the minute that America has more people claiming to be mixed race, biracial, and multiracial than black, the minute they outnumber us, and they will soon do it because of the snow bunny crisis. You think black people catch hell now? You ain't seen the hell we gonna catch when we are not even the predominant African American anymore. When the light-skinned, mixed-race African American takes over our community. When the light-skinned, mixed-race African American takes over our community. And for the record, my mixed-race Africans, I'm not demonizing you. If you loyal to the race, I'm not demonizing you, mixed-race Africans. As long as you psychologically African and you're a full-time African. What I'm saying, and I'm sure you know this to be true, mixed race Africans, what I'm saying is many mixed race Africans, and you know this yourself, many of them desire white proximity because they were raised by a white parent and they were raised by a house Negro parent. Every mixed race African had a house Negro parent and a white parent. Every mixed race African in the world has a house Negro parent and a Caucasian parent. They either got a rice mommy, a sand mommy, a salsa mommy, a snow mommy, or snow poppy, a rice poppy, a salsa poppy. Every mixed race African in the world has a non-African parent and a house Negro African parent. If you are a mixed race, your black parent was a house Negro. I'm no disrespect. We just calling it what it is. If you are mixed race, you had a bunny hopping parent. If your bunny hopping parent was proud to be black, if your bunny hopping parent was proud to be black, you would have a different, I'm not going to say you wouldn't be here because you could have still came through the ancestral portal. I'm not going to say you wouldn't be here because you would have still came through the ancestral portal, but you would have two black parents. You would have two black. If you don't have two black parents, one of your parents is a house Negro. And if they are a house Negro, they don't value black consciousness. They don't value black culture. They don't value the black family. They don't value black business. They don't value black excellence. They don't. So you was raised by a non-black parent who don't like black people. And you was raised by a black parent who don't like black people. So many mixed race Africans are predisposed to identify and be loyal to the white power structure. Okay? Now let me say this. I am not prejudiced towards mixed race Africans. If you step to me and say, Dr. Umar, I got a white mom, white dad, Chinese mom, Latino dad, Arab mom, but I'm black, I identify as black, that's who I am. I'm going to accept you at your word until you show me otherwise. In other words, I treat you no differently, mixed race Africans. I treat you no differently than I treat a full-blooded African. I will take you at your word that you are loyal to the race until you show me otherwise. But what I am also saying is many mixed race Africans, first of all, if you were not ashamed of being black, you would not even call yourself mixed race. If you were not ashamed of being black, you wouldn't even call yourself biracial. If you weren't ashamed of being black, you would even call yourself multiracial. So what I'm saying to the traditional American Africans, what I'm saying to the traditional American Africans with two parents who are obviously black, because you believe in colorblind romance, you are a part of the problem. We are literally breeding ourselves out of existence with this interracial dating and marriage. We are literally breeding ourselves out of existence. That's what we're doing. So this is what we're going to have to do. This is what I'm going to have to do. When I rebirth Team Pan-African, no. If Drake says he's psychologically black, if Amber Rose says she's psychologically black, if the brother or sister down the street says they're psychologically black, if Kamala Harris says she was psychologically black and she can't say that because she's not, I accept them as family. But that has nothing to do with the fact that the American African is breeding himself and herself out of existence with the bunny hop. The snow bunny crisis is a racial extermination cancer. That's what it is. We are weakening our genes. We are weakening our DNA. Do you think it's a coincidence? Do you think it's a coincidence that the U.S. Census changed in 2010 while Barack Obama was president? Do you think it's a coincidence they gave you a mixed race president and then they changed the racial categories of the U.S. Census? They added multiracial, biracial, identify as more than one race. Why they didn't been do that? You've had mixed race Africans since the slave master raped grandma 400 years ago. So why are they just now acknowledging mixed race on the census when Barack Obama becomes the president? I'm going to say it again. We've had mixed race Africans since the plantation. So if we have mixed race Africans since the plantation, why do they wait till Barack Obama become president and now we're going to add multiracial and mixed race and biracial to the census? You know why? They used Obama and Kamala. See how the names sound the same? Obama and Kamala. Kamala, Obama, Obama, Kamala. Look at this mixed race bullshit. Obama, Kamala, Kamala, Obama, Obama, Kamala, Kamala, Obama, Obama, Kamala, Kamala, Obama. Look, they are promoting genocide of the traditional African phenotype. They're using Barack Obama and Kamala Harris to promote genocide through reproduction in our community of the traditional American African phenotype. And then they changed the census so any black person who don't want to be black and found out they got a Native American grandma, a Native American grandpa. See, this is why I don't respect the pretendians. This is exactly why I got a problem with the pretendians. The pretendians are just like the misrace Africans who don't identify. The pretendians are another group of mixed race Africans who do what? Disidentify from black people. Disidentify from black people. Listen. And to my pretendians, you ain't special. Self-hate is self-hate. Self-hate is self-hate, whether you call yourself a pretendian or whether you call yourself a mixed race African. Self-hate is self-hate. You don't want to be black. You don't want to be black, so you call yourself mixed race. You call yourself a pretendian, and what you idiots don't realize, what you idiots don't realize is all you're doing is shrinking the pool of black people that exists in this country on paper. They are reducing the amount of black people that exists on paper. And they're going to make the number smaller and smaller and smaller till they one day going to say, there's no more African Americans. According to the 2030 census, we only have 100 people still calling themselves African American. According to the 2040 census, we only have 50 people still calling themselves African American. According to the 2050 census, we only got 5 people calling themselves African American. But we have an influx of pretendians. We have an influx of mixed race and biracial and non-racial and all this other crap. See how this works? Do you see how this works? This is why we must be unapologetically African. This is why we must be unapologetically African. Brothers and sisters, hold fast to the red, black, and green flag. Who's coming out to stand with me to support our young brother, Brendan Deppa, to fight for him so he don't get 30 years in jail for smacking up the snow bunny? Who's coming to the Kim C. Hammond Criminal Justice Center in Bunell, Florida this Tuesday, 8 o'clock in the morning? Get there at 7 a.m., brothers and sisters. The hearing starts at 8. Once the courtroom is filled, they're not going to let anybody else in. Get there at 7 o'clock, brothers and sisters. Please get to the Kim C. Hammond Criminal Justice Center in Bunell, Florida this Tuesday, August the 6th. I need you there at 7 a.m. The hearing starts at 8. I want to see nothing but melanin in the courtroom. Alpha males, you need to be there to support our brother. Brendan Deppa was also born in Black August. Brendan Deppa was also born in Black August. Brendan Deppa was also born in Black August. His birthday is the day after mine. That's right. I'm August the 21st, Leo. Brendan Deppa is August the 22nd, Leo. The Prince of Pan-Africanism is August the 21st, Leo. Brendan Deppa is August the 22nd, Leo. Sister Suki Hana says she might show support for Brendan Deppa at the hearing on Tuesday. She does have some other obligations, but if she can get free, the good sister says she's going to come and stand with us. She's going to come and support Brendan Deppa in trying to get the sentence overturned, reduction of sentence. We need y'all in the building. We need y'all in the building. We need y'all in the building. Okay, let me double check. Tuesday. What date is Tuesday, family? Tuesday, August the 6th. 8 a.m. at the Kim C. Hammond Criminal Justice Center, 1769 East Moody Boulevard. 1769 East Moody Boulevard. 1769 East Moody Boulevard, the Kim C. Hammond Criminal Justice Center, Tuesday, August the 6th. The hearing begins at 8. Please be there at 7. Please be there at 7. I want the courtroom filled with African energy. I want the courtroom filled with African energy. Orlando, Florida, are you going to show up? Miami, are you going to show up? Fort Lauderdale, are you going to show up? Tallahassee, Tampa, are you going to show up for our brother, Brendan Deppa? Who's showing up, brothers and sisters? And after we come from the hearing, we're going to have a family dinner. And I'm going to get on back to Jacksonville and fly back to Philly to fight for my passport. I said, we're going to support Brendan Deppa, and then we're going to go have a family dinner in Bunell, Florida. And then I'm going to get on back to Jacksonville and fly on back to Philadelphia so I can try to get my passport so I can go to London, England, brothers and sisters. We got Black London, England, United Kingdom, Manchester, Liverpool, Wolverhampton. We are in the building. Brixton. King Kong is coming. We're going to get the passport. We got to get the passport, brothers and sisters. And then when I come back from London, Costa Rica, where you at? Where my Central American Africans at? I want to see all my Central American Africans in Costa Rica for the Marcus Garvey birthday celebration, August the 17th, August the 18th, August the 16th. I said August the 16th, August the 17th, and August the 18th. Any of my American Africans want to fly on down to Costa Rica to celebrate? Be my guest. Any of my American Africans want to come on down to Costa Rica? Get you a flight and come on down. Get you a flight and come on down, brothers and sisters. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And then, of course, we got the Nat Turner celebration. Make sure you get your tickets at natturnerlibrary.com. August the 21st, we celebrating the greatest revolution in American history. We celebrating the Haitian Revolution. We celebrating the George Jackson prison revolution. We celebrating Emmett Till. We celebrating Fannie Lou Hamer, who showed up in Atlantic City on August the 21st. Emmett Till showed up in Money, Mississippi on August the 21st. Black Jesus, the Christ of Ethiopia, was born on August the 21st. King Kong Consciousness, the Prince of Pan-Africanism, August the 21st. And then on August the 30th, I'm going to be with my big brother, Chairman Fred Hampton. On August the 30th, I'm going to be with my big brother, Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. for the Fred Hampton Memorial Block Party. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, brothers and sisters. It's a Black August grand finale with Chairman Fred Hampton Jr., Chicago, Illinois, the Fred Hampton Senior Memorial Block Party. That's going to be the grand finale for Black August. Nat Turner on August the 21st is going to be the grand finale for Leo season. Where my Leos at? Where my Leos at? Where my Leos at? Where my Black August birthdays, even if you're not a Leo, whether you're a Leo or a Virgo, where my Black August people at? Where my born in Black August Africans at? Where my born in Black August Africans on the continent? Where my born in Black August Africans in the Caribbean? Where my born in Black August Africans in Australia? Where my born in Black August Africans in Europe? Where's my born in Black August Africans in Canada? Where's my born in Black August Africans in the United States, in Texas, in New York, in Florida, in Minnesota, in Seattle, in Portland, in Arizona, in Albuquerque, New Mexico? Where my born in Black August Africans? And where my Leo season Africans at?